You know, cross country's been a big, crucial part of my life, and I put a lot of work into it. And through the ups and downs, you know, I've had a lot of ups and downs, but I've found that no matter how, like, if I'm hurt, you know, people quit or do something, there's nothing that can keep me away from this, and I come back every time, and I can't stay away from my teammates. I just love them so much, and, you know, they're not even my teammates, they're my family.
Alright, well, I guess the past 4 years of cross country have been really fun. It's been great getting to know and run with you all, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors alike. It's been great meeting all you guys. It's been great running with all you guys. You guys have had great races, and I love you too, Greg. And just for you sophomores, juniors, and freshmen, run hard, and the rest will follow. And
I love the sport. It's awesome. It's a great group of guys. I've enjoyed all 4 years that I've run. I remember the first time I found out about the team, me and Reed went to a psych party. It was at my house, and it was for when my brother ran, and I saw like how much fun they were having. I'm like, all right, you know, I want to do that too. So that's what it made me get out there. I worked really hard. I always enjoyed running. I started to love it. Got a lot of injuries, had a lot of injuries, but I still had a great time. I stayed with the team, and you know, I stayed friends with everybody on it, and I mean, that's one of the greatest things about the sport. Everyone's really close to each other, and it's sort of like a big family. So it's definitely cool. Stay with it, and yeah, it's good stuff.
So I really haven't had the same experience a lot of people have. I kind of joined junior year, and if there's anything I learned is that I wish I joined earlier. So I've had some great times over those 2 short years, and we've made jokes, we've ran, I've offended many people, and I'd like to all know that none of that was personal, and I've had a great time. And you know, if there's any advice I could really say, aside from joining freshman year instead of junior, is that just kind of a word, like a word just like to the team itself, because I hate running. I still hate running, but the reason I did cross country is because it's the team vibe that keeps me going. And if there's anything that I've learned from this, is that the team is really what makes the runner, and the runner makes the team. The strength of the wolf is the pack, and something about the pack equals the wolf. Big little smile right now somewhere. I think it really speaks numbers to just that. Everyone shows up and you just work hard, and that really is what this sport is. It's working through everything that really does suck, and you do it for a reason. You don't do it because it's pointless. You do it because it's good for you, it's good for the team, and it's really good for everyone. And I really wish I could have done it earlier. Word of caution, also make sure if you're going into season, prepare and run early, or you may get shin splints, and it may suck.
I've run a race. I just wanted it to be over. I didn't care, you know, how bad I was doing or how slow I was going. You know, I just wanted it to be over. And then eventually, you know, as I went through the season, I got a lot better. And then I really learned to like the sport eventually at the end. And the thing about the season is, like a race, once you finish it, you can't go back and try again. You don't have a second chance. So you have to give it everything you can and do the best you can and learn to love it. Because once it's over, you want to finish it without regrets, and it's over. So,
yeah. I ran 4 races over 2 years. I was injured for most of it, but regardless, I really enjoyed it. Even though I was injured, I mean, I learned a lot. I learned to be dedicated, even though you were injured in these kind of experiences, and you sort of learn a lot through the people that you're with. I mean, you run a lot, and even though you have these hard times, you just have to keep working through it, and sometimes it'll work itself out. And so I finished out this season with a few races under my belt. That's all I got.
It's been cool running cross country, like all the people and like all that stuff. It's cool, and like being part of the team, and like especially like being varsity recently, like that's really cool. Because like I've never actually like been remotely good at a sport before, so it's like something. And yeah, buckets.
Buckets!
All of you should get dedicated as soon as possible. that was a mistake that I made. I didn't really get too dedicated to the sport. I made it more of like a seasonal sport rather than a year-round thing. And I missed out on a lot of the experiences that the higher guys got to, have. And the other thing is cherish all the friendships that you make in cross country, because coming into the cross country season, the first year, like freshman year, I wasn't friends with a lot of these people, and now I can say that most of them are my best friends. So, yeah, you should make sure you cherish all those friendships that you make.
6 years. Yep, 6. And this was the first group that I met when I moved to Moorestown. This was the first group that accepted me. I met all the coaches, all the seniors, all the captains and everything. And it's been a lot of fun. I have been injured most of the time. But regardless, it's still been fun, and I like hanging out, going to meets and helping out. And probably the best, it was really fun having something to do over the summer, coming up to those 8 o'clock practices every morning, just because it was fun to hang out and run, even though it was summer and I would rather be sleeping, but it was worth it. However, I had a promising beginning to my season, but 2 races later, I found myself in physical therapy, and I'm still there. So I hope to get better for track season, and yeah, that's it.
We are live.
I came into the sport in a fashion that not most people do, following my brother being the best runner that's ever come through the school. A lot of pressure, expected of you to be good. And I didn't really know what I could do coming to cross country because I've never done it before. But I got a couple solid races in and just built confidence from there. And I made a lot of friends that I don't think I would have if I hadn't run. Met a lot of people that turns out they're really cool, even if they seemed a little weird. Christian, Charlie, you pointed to yourself, so.
It's got Joe.
Joe! Yeah, you can't forget about Joe.
Disclaimer, I love my father, you need that.
Yeah, too late.
But I think it was a really good idea, even if I was forced into doing it. I had a really great time, met a lot of great guys, and I think I'm a better person for doing it.
Yeah. No, in all honesty, I think that it's fitting to hear what you guys have to say, just because when push comes to shove, the sport is not a glamour sport. It's a sport that takes dedication. It's a sport that takes perseverance. It's a sport that takes a willingness to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and do things that a lot of people wouldn't say are the things they'd like to do. And I think the thing that makes this team what it is what Nick was talking about, the idea that you have a good bunch of guys around you to really go through all that with. And that makes there's no other sport like it. I don't care what sport you play, how much you like it. I mean, lacrosse, great sport, guys play that. Soccer, you might play that. Maybe golf actually might be like it, in that while you're playing, while we run, while we practice every day, we're basically hanging out, talking, getting to know each other, and things like that. As much as you bond athletically in other sports, there's nothing quite like this. And that's what I think really makes this an experience that if you commit 4 years, at the end, you don't just get to be a runner, you get to be part of something that's bigger than yourself. And that I think is something that's noteworthy and noble. For those guys who are racing tomorrow, if you listen to what people said, especially the guys who are not racing, a lot of guys wish they could be in your spot. A lot of guys wish that the end hadn't already happened, that they could have done something different. And so if you're racing tomorrow, you guys had an awesome race last week. I mean, so we were so proud of you and so impressed with what actually happened that it would have been a fitting end in a way. But it's not. You have another chance tomorrow. And I think the cool thing about this team is that when you run tomorrow and you toe the line at Homedale Park in the state championship race, you're running for yourself. You want to run the best race you personally can. You want to finish what you started and have a great race. But you're also running for all the guys that are here. You're running because you have the opportunity to you can't go back after it's done. When you toe the line, tomorrow, this is your moment to make the most of it for you, for the Wolf, and for the pack. Okay, I think that's an important idea. And so, Paul and Kevin and Kevin and Joe and who else? Christian and Paletti and I forgot one person. Yeah, Mikey Barsoom, right? When you guys race tomorrow, okay, race taking full advantage of that opportunity, that final opportunity that we'll probably have this season, okay, to have an experience, okay, that we can build on and remember, okay?